What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the bullish case for Ethereum. Is Ethereum primed for an explosion to break that $3,000 level in 2024? Well, with some of these Ethereum ETF rumors popping up, we have a lot of people looking for higher prices on ETH. And looking at the charts, we do have some potentially bullish signals and some key levels of resistance that have been broken out of, bullishly retested for a big move up in 2024. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be covering the Ethereum chart, doing a little bit of a deep dive and talking about why we could potentially see Ethereum get a move up in the coming months and for the rest of the year, hitting some of those price targets, getting closer to about $3,000, and those key levels of resistance and support that I'm looking at to potentially get into some new trades. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. I'm going to try to keep this one nice and simple, and if you hold Ethereum, you're probably going to like this one. Let's get into it. Now, as you guys know, people are starting to speculate on a potential Ethereum ETF. You can see here, Ether jumps over 2.4K as traders bet on possible Ether ETF. We have similar articles from Bloomberg as well as CNBC saying Ether prices spike on hopes of an ETF, but the SEC signals that's less clear-cut than Bitcoin. Either way, guys, we are starting to see the buzz, and as you guys can see here, as we have just recently gotten a jump on price, people are starting to speculate. Now, typically, I'm not a news guy. However, as we have just gotten the Bitcoin ETFs approved and people are starting to speculate on ETH next, looking at the chart, there are some bullish signals that we're starting to see that could indicate some more upside. So let's jump into the charts here, guys. And first off, I kind of want to talk about the macro value area. We are now above our macro value area low. And not only that, but we have also broken through our previous point of control, looking at the range from the top of the bull market. Now, this is a very, very bullish signal because as long as we remain above this value area low, we can potentially expect ETH to begin traveling through its macro range, hitting the value area high, revisiting these previous highs from back here in 2022 at around $3,500, where your value area high is currently sitting. Now, as you guys know, we have looked at a very similar thing on Bitcoin, and we speculated the exact same thing as we were flipping that POC to support. We were expecting to see that entire range fill up to that value area high and the macro golden pocket when pulled from the all-time high to the all-time low, and we have actually come up to hit that target today, which at the time of recording is the 11th of January. So can we see Ethereum do something very similar where we hold that POC as support and get a move up to that golden pocket or value area high? Could be a potential possibility. So let's go ahead and jump in and talk about why. So just in general, guys, the fact that we've flipped that bull market value area low is a very bullish signal in my opinion. And as you guys know, I'm not a big pattern guy, but you can see we have broken out of this ascending triangle with our trending level of support and flat level of resistance, and we have clearly broken above this, bullishly retested, and as you can see, guys, this big wick is pretty bullish. What this shows us is that as price pushed down, it got aggressively bought up, giving us that next big move to the upside, and this would be pretty bullish in my opinion. And we have also seen basically the same thing. This is more what I've been looking at, which is the volume profile. We have now broken out of the bear market range and flipped that level to support, just like that triangle. Now, the next question here is, now that we've broken out of this range, where is price likely to go? Well, obviously, guys, it's a game of volume profiles. Not only do we have the bear market range down here, the bull market range up here, but we also have this local area of consolidation where we can pull a new range from, and that is exactly what I've done. And you can see another bullish signal here for Ethereum is the fact that we have broken above this local value area low, and as long as we're able to maintain support above this, the next likely big level of resistance will be coming in here at that previous point of control, and that is coming in at about $3,000. Now, we looked at this on my live stream recently, and to be quite honest with you guys, this is extremely similar to what we saw on Bitcoin, where we saw price approach that same area of consolidation when you're looking at structure, and you can see we tapped our head on that level just a few times before flipping the level to support, coming to the POC, and then eventually filling the range all the way up to the high, as we would expect with the volume profiles. So not only have we flipped the macro value area low to support, but after breaking out of our bear market range, we have now broken above this local area of consolidation, and in my opinion, this is a very bullish signal for Ethereum. Now, obviously, guys, guys, we do have the macro target up here at about 3670, which is the macro value area high, but we have to understand that this local range is likely to get respected as well. So when you're just looking at the macro profile, in the long run, you could potentially expect price to remain above that POC and eventually fill the whole macro range up to that $3,600 level, but also understanding that we actually do have a significant bit of resistance in here, as well as some more local areas that we may be able to bang our head on. And on top of this, guys, we actually do have a significant amount of confluence here on some of these levels, with an untapped weekly high sitting here at about $3,500. Now, this is talking about the macro targets. I would expect these to potentially get hit in the long run, with our more local targets sitting within the local range between $3,260 and where we're sitting at right now at about $2,500 to $2,600. But if we are able to break above that local area of consolidation, we can eventually wind up at this value area high with that confluence of the weekly. And on top of that, guys, if we go ahead and pull up our macro Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low, you can see that we do have some nice confluence at these highs with the golden pocket as well. So if we wind up getting the move here and we get that big bullish move for Ethereum, this would be the next key level of resistance, being that golden pocket in confluence with the value area high and the weekly, just like we wound up seeing with Bitcoin. Once we flip that POC, simply you get the move to the golden pocket retracement, which again, we wound up hitting this morning. Now, guys, if you want to get this information before the move actually happens, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you have notifications set, because we did make a video about 8 months ago looking for this exact move on Bitcoin when we were knocking our heads on this value area low. So it's pretty interesting, guys, how we are seeing Ethereum kind of have a very similar setup here as Bitcoin. And if we do wind up seeing this play out, I do think these are going to be very likely targets to get hit. And if we for some reason get a massive bullish move and we break out of that value area high, we simply have another key level up here, which is our fresh weekly N786 Fibonacci retracement from that same fib pull from the high to the low, which could be that next level of resistance we can look for if we wind up going super Lambo candle and break out of the value area high. Now, as we look at the indicators, guys, I will say that there is some potential local signs of weakness, but nothing really too alarming that would make me expect a gigantic move down. But remember, trading and TA is a game of if this, then that. So as long as we're able to remain above this point of control and value area low, I do think we can see Ethereum continue on its upward trajectory, potentially making it all the way up to that golden pocket. And you can see that right here with our momentum continuing to the downside, potentially looking to print a bearish divergence on the daily time frame with our higher highs on our price action and our lower highs on our momentum waves. But I want to be clear, guys, I am not looking to short this, right? Although we are sitting around this key level of resistance, as well as our doorway to higher prices, which is this value area low, so potentially we could wind up rejecting this level and getting a cool off, but I am not looking for this short, right? I am simply just keeping this in mind as a potential opportunity to get a pullback to look for some significant levels to look for longs. And this is more of a macro video, guys. I am not saying that Ethereum is going to just instantly pop to the upside. I don't want people getting FOMO and getting wrecked, so I do feel it is necessary to look at the potential bearish signals we're getting. However, in the long term, guys, when we look at kind of the roadmap for 2024 on Ethereum, number one, breaking this level back in November of last year was monumental and very, very bullish. And the fact that we've broken out and bullishly retested the bear market range with this mega bullish wick, it does look pretty bullish in my opinion. And again, if we want to talk about that roadmap for 2024, if things play out in the bullish manner like we would want, simply put, we're looking for this entire range to get filled. Now, guys, remember on Bitcoin, it took about 8 months for that golden pocket to get hit. This is not a video to say long ETH right now. Again, I am going to wait for a potential pullback for a new long entry, but just looking at these charts, guys, just the macro levels, this looks bullish to me, right? And again, you know, this was proven with Bitcoin that it wound up working. Doesn't make it 100%, but this does look bullish to me. Just looking at these simple levels, if you're a longer term trader, you know, if you were buying down here or even at the bottom of the bear market, it does look like we could make it up to these levels, remembering that we do have these local ranges as well. So target number one in the medium term for me would be the point of control of this local range, getting you to about $3,000, where I would be very careful because we do have the daily naked level here with the previous point of control sitting right here at about $3,000. So you got to be careful of resistance here where we have the daily and the previous value area high at about $3,200 to $3,300. And that would be kind of the next local target after we flip that POC. So these are the local targets, guys. And I will just say, guys, if we come over to Bitcoin, if I just flip back and forth between these charts, this is basically the exact same area of consolidation we're looking at on ETH with the same volume profile. Once Bitcoin started cracking that value area low, this was the doorway to higher prices, potentially filling that entire range. And as you can see, it is very eerily similar to what was happening with Bitcoin. And what happened when Bitcoin broke that value area low? So simply put, we filled that range up to the high. Can we see Ethereum do the same thing in 2024, filling that range up to about 3260? I think it is definitely possible, especially with all the bullish signals that we just went over. I do think we simply have enough confluence here to potentially expect this move to the upside in the medium to the long term, especially if this bullish sentiment continues with people anticipating this Ethereum ETF. So guys, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this Ethereum update. Looking at these charts, guys, I had to make this video letting you guys know just with the similarities between the volume profile setups on Bitcoin and how they played out almost perfectly, hitting that macro golden pocket earlier today. We could potentially see that macro golden pocket get hit on Ethereum sooner than later if this bullish sentiment continues, and as long as we don't break any of those key levels of support that I mentioned earlier in the video. And also, if you like the video, smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel, and let me know what altcoins you want to see next, and hopefully we could see Ethereum continue this bullish price action moving into 2024. As long as we can keep that bullish sentiment and we don't break any of those key levels, I do think it's in the cards. So with all that being said, Mafia, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what altcoins you want to see next. All the time I got for today's video. See you in the next one. Frankie Candles.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand.